No matter what we do, we couldn't get the lines to move. But then we gave it to his sister, and she put it on, and she could move it.
The machine couldn't read his brain. The machine, they hooked up the brain reading machine and it got no signal.
I mean, he could have taken off the beanie. Probably wasn't doing him any favors. All right, I'll give you the power applause. You have.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's immediately
Most
going to my
dangerous
head.
stories for YouTube, as it were. Because, hey, if it's in the news, it's in the news. And who am I to judge? We have this story from the Daily Mail. You ready for this one?
Let's go.
Pentagon scientists reveal a microchip that senses COVID-19 in your body before you show symptoms and a filter that extracts the virus from your blood.
Gimme.
It's from the Daily Mail, by the way, just in case anyone was wondering. The source on that one is the Daily Mail. Just keep that in mind.
That's his number one source.
I can't believe it when I saw this meme going around. I'm like, that's not
Can't be
real.
real.
I can't believe that's an actual story that is being. I mean, I'm surprised that it hasn't been squashed by Google and all the other.
60 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a 60-minute story.
It's a 60-minute story.
60-minute story.
No.
Let me read. Let me read a little bit. Let me read this. Pentagon scientists working inside a secret
Do you know who the guy with the Abraham Lincoln beard is?
No.
unit set up at the height of the Cold War have created a microchip to be inserted under the skin, which will detect COVID-19 infection.
It's the mark of the beast.
Pentagon.
They're putting robots in you.
Now I
And a
can't
rev-
see it.
That's what he's got, man.
At first I was like, Abraham Lincoln beard. All right, I'll agree with that one. But now I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty spot on. Well done.
He's just jacked Abraham Lincoln.
Evolutionary
Abraham Lincoln.
filter that can remove the virus from the blood when attached to a dialysis machine.
Does it have lights on it? Are they shooting lights in your vein like Trump said?
Oh gosh.
They're gonna put a bleach. The team at DARPA
put
have been
bleach.
working for years on preventing and ending pandemics. They assess the issues and come up with ingenious solutions, which at times appears to be more science fiction novel than working in a laboratory. One of their recent inventions, they told 60 Minutes on Sunday night, was a microchip which detects COVID infection in an individual before it can become an outbreak. The microchip is sure to spark worries among some about a government agency implanting a microchip in a citizen.
By some, they mean.
Yeah, it's because they said they have microchips that they could insert in people. It seems like a pretty reasonable thing to be concerned about.
Yeah. I think that's perfectly reasonable. I'd rather not have
Jesus,
little robots inside me.
Not if I can help it. Depending on the robots.
Yeah,
obviously.
depending on the robot. All right, if it's a friendly
Pull
robot
Wall-E in.
that's gonna make me.
Get Wall-E in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Get Johnny Five all up
Yeah,
in.
yeah, exactly. Just not a Hal.
There's
some- I think they
people
mean-
that are very religious.
Everyone.
I'm pretty sure they mean everyone. Except these, like, just, I don't know, man.
Bill
What kind of-
Gates is like, yeah, let's do it. I want to
you
put
re-
a chip in everyone.
Do you remember VeriChip?
Okay, so you could probably already debunk that one, right?
Yeah. So Bill Gates doesn't want to put microchips in people. He gave funding to a program that was already being developed that was a type of subdermal ink that could be used to keep vaccination records on people's skin in places where vaccine records are difficult to keep or difficult to get access to. And if you wanted to criticize something that Bill Gates has done during the pandemic, I might point more towards the fact that he himself personally intervened to stop COVID vaccines from going open source, which has the potential to kill millions of people. There is an unfathomable amount of blood on his hands. That's something you could criticize him for instead of this conspiracy nonsense.
That's how we got AstraZeneca, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think that was the one. It was the Oxford vaccine, and they were going to develop it to be open source, but he threatened to withdraw funding from the Bill Gates Melinda Foundation and said it would be more efficient if they were to distribute it as a commercial product. Kind of like how neoliberalism will save the world.
Yeah, and the fact that it might set a precedent that some of the companies that they have their fingers in might lose some of their money down the line. Nothing to do with it. It's just more efficient,
Oh, of course, and has absolutely nothing to do with the fact
we're going to control all public health policy. Thanks.
And like every country needs to get vaccinated. You really do need to give it to countries for free so they can produce the vaccine and end the plague in essence, right? You can't play a little like dangle the keys in front of the poor nations, hoping that like given enough time, nothing mutates too badly that all of our vaccines are rendered useless and we start from square zero and this nightmare just never ends because you just wanted to make a fucking dollar, Bill Gates. That's a conspiracy, you know? That one has some merit.
I'm sorry to change the subject. Breaking news. This is a breaking news scenario. I just found out that apparently Nick Fuentes responded to my video about him, which explains a lot about how my notifications have looked for the past couple of days.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, so I imagine it's just endlessly horrible things.
Yeah, I'm glad that's what it was, though.
Yeah, true.
Like, why is everybody so mad at me?
Why are people asking me if I'm Jewish all day? That's really weird. Oh, wait. Nick Fuentes put a video out on me. Okay, it all makes sense. Oh man.
Sorry, I had to say something.
Are we gonna watch that one later, or is it something that would not be?
No, I don't need that in my life. He's just. Let me guess. Nick Fuentes' criticism of me. He calls me the R word, makes fun of my teeth, says that he is so much more successful than I am, and that it's just sour grapes.
Yes.
And then never addresses any of the criticism I leveled at him.
Well, anything even remotely related to sociology or science will be seen as you being, I think he calls them lab coats. Yeah. No, he has a pejorative that he uses exclusively for people who believe in like evolution. And I think it's lab coats. It's something to that effect.
Well, how does he square his own belief in race science with not? He literally believes that intelligence is heritable and based on race. How can you believe that and not believe in evolution? You fucking moron.
Hey, come on. Stop using all these big city words. You lab coat. Trying to fool me.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, we should return. Return to a regularly scheduled program.
Years ago, I think.
Vaguely.
Or maybe like 15.
Vaguely. Refresh my memory.
They're RFID chips they would implant in your hand, and you could wave it by a door and the door would open.
Yeah.
And it had your information on it. And the way it works is that the
so
signal
that's basically what you
from
said,
the
right?
reader provides enough power for it to bounce back a signal with information. It's brilliant. But when that came out, this is like 2000s, people were freaking out like, this is it. This is the mark of the beast.
There are already biohackers that have done that kind of stuff to themselves, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's people who put like full weird like Arduinos like in their arm. Your body rejects that stuff.
Yeah.
But and, like this stuff has been around for a while, where there's been some kind of microchip embedding, and there's been all the conspiracy theorists. And the funny thing is, there's a meme going around because of I think Ryan Reynolds, where he posted a vaccine selfie, and he said upgraded to 5G today.
I saw that.
Now I'm seeing all of my I'm seeing some of my friends and a bunch of memes where people are like getting 5G reception's great, and I'm like I get it, it's a funny joke, but the thing is, the media was desperately trying to tell people, even YouTube was against the rules. They're not putting microchips. There's no microchips. There's no COVID microchips. Stop. And then it's like, okay, fine. Okay, we won't say it. It's crazy. We know it's crazy. And then Sunday, 60 Minutes.
Yeah, but that's what happens when information changes.
Yeah.
Tim, it's crazy to say that people could fly before the Wright brothers. If there was some guy in the middle of town going, I'm telling you, people can fly. You go, no, they can't. And then you find out about airplanes the next day. It's like, well, you still weren't right. Like
Here I
you
was.
were still wrong.
Here I was trying to turn all these base elements into gold, trying every day to do alchemy. And then this guy comes along and says, I'm doing it wrong. Chemistry's the thing now. It was crazy.
It's okay for 60 Minutes to do it too.
Yes.
This conversation probably got this stream defunded.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get in trouble for something like this. Because you know what happens? The way YouTube...
You didn't.
Yeah, I know.
Pointing that out.
Spoiler alert.
Weird, huh? Weird
Yeah.
how he didn't get in trouble. It's so weird.
Videos are moderated. It's typically some dude in like India or China or Mexico, and it's outsourced labor where some of these people...
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. My understanding is... I'll put it that way, just in case.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
But my understanding is it's outsourced labor because there's so much content. So you get some person who's watching it and they don't understand context. First, you get the robots that do it. And the robots are like, I see swear.
just drink that in. As people in other countries couldn't understand context. They're too foolish to understand context over there in India.
Beep, boop, boop, demonetized. Then if it escalates, you'll get a review from like a person, and they're going to be like, oh, microchips, that's conspiracy theory. Boop, boop, demonetized.
Not anymore.
This happens to me all the time, though. Check it out. So I actually have, I actually know people at Google, but I have an actual like Google rep that I have to constantly message like, hey, this is demonetized. There was, we had 2 videos on this show.
That must be nice.
On this channel.
Yeah, it's like this is him describing how censored and oppressed he is, and that is so much better than the treatment anyone I know has ever received.
All I have
Google.
to do is contact someone, tell them my video's demonetized, and they turn it on. Cool.
So Lance, how many times has your channel been deleted now?
Twice. Just deleted. Not like I got a warning or a strike. It was just gone, like just off the internet the next day. Like,
but you were breaking the rules, right? Like you did.
No, I
something that
wasn't.
broke the rules?
I was mass flagged. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I know. Funny how that happens. Yeah. It seems like if you do a video on some, I don't know, specific reactionary, all of a sudden the community flags. Same thing happened to the Cavernacle. Funny that, right? Makes a video about the quartering, suddenly the whole video goes down and suddenly the channel's threatened with the strike. It's like odd how that happens. Anyways.
That's bullshit. I've made so many videos about the quartering. Come
I know.
get me, Jeremy.
I know. I don't. Either he doesn't watch yours, because yours are in depth too. Yours are like, you go into like stories, you go into this, you go into history. I'm just like, I play a video of his and I'm like, Jeremy sexist, and he gets infuriated. He's like, how dare you point out the obvious? How dare you? The gall.
Where we criticized Ocasio-Cortez, we got demonetized because of it. And they said you violated our policy against being hateful towards an individual.
She'll send people to your house.
What, AOC?
Yeah, that guy. There was that
debunked as well.
A person that was on Twitter that made a comment critical of AOC, and the police showed up. FBI showed up.
What? Really?
You didn't hear about this?
No,
Yeah, I forget. I don't remember the guy's name. He was a left-leaning guy, and he said something critical, and he ended up with someone at the FBI at his house about because he criticized it.
He's like an exact mix of Abraham Lincoln and John Cena.
That's true. It's
like
if you're doing the character select
those,
screen, sliding the slider
exactly.
in between the two, that would be exactly where you landed. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's somewhere on the spectrum between Abraham Lincoln and John Cena, but this guy's right in the middle.
Yes, every playable character is, but he's perfectly centered.
That it was AOC actually sending it.
Well, I'll, to be fair, the first story that pops up is actually they tweeted about something really bad, like causing harm to somebody.
Spicy?
Yeah, I'd say it was spicy. So, but if you Google search AOC FBI, something I probably can't repeat on YouTube because
oh my god,
let's not go there.
Yeah. It wasn't just a guy saying like AOC you suck. It was a guy who said something like go do a thing to this person. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
You see it? You see the story? Somebody was basically calling for harm against AOC.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking.
This is one of these that these chicken shit conservatives always do. This always, they're so afraid of the algorithm auto detecting shit and like getting them in trouble that they can't even like all of this talk about how they're free speech warriors and they'll stand up to these companies, but like, well, I won't say what the tweet said because then Papa Google's going to get mad at me.
Oh yeah,
and take away my pudding.
I
grow some grapes and just say it. Like,
yeah, I agree. What's his face? I know I'm bringing up the quartering twice in a row now, but I found out today he calls porn prawn on his stream so he doesn't get demonetized, and repeatedly was using the word prawn. Oh, and also says like Nazi or Nazi instead of Nazi and things like that. Again,
the court. That's like how someone who is still on Dig because they haven't heard of Reddit talks.
Yes. Were you watching Prawn yesterday? Oh, and just while we're still paused, this story, by the way, which has been blown up in right-wing circles, in no way implicates that AOC personally called to have someone like investigated. Like that's the leap that everyone is making. Like that is if she's personally responsible for people showing up at your house.
I'm looking at this now.
Or is it a different? Because the one I saw was from a couple months ago.
No. This is not the one that I'm referring to.
So there is a story where a guy was being mean to her. Well, anyway, while you look that up, I'll just finish off this point.
There's an unrelated story that kind of proves my point.
They demonetized these stories because we were critical of AOC, and then I submitted for appeal, and they were confirmed demonetized. So then I had to contact Google and like, hey, and then it took like a week and they were like, sorry about this. They're monetized. That wasn't against the rules. I'm like, we're criticizing a politician, dude. You know, like what can we say?
Unsettling.
In this case, we're talking about microchips that the Pentagon has announced.
The fucking face that guy just pulled.
Oh, Moonlord always comes in hot. If he's not overzealous about something, he'll probably bring up the brackets or the something question. He's got a lot of weird tangents he likes to go on.
He's bringing in energy. Let me say that.
Oh yes, oh yes. He also went on a rant the other day about how he was so upset that he can't say the N-word. He's like, it infuriates me that I have to say the N-word instead of saying the word. Like, why? It's just a word. I don't understand why I have to. Like, it sounds so ridiculous for me to say the N-word in this day and age.
So first of all, why do you want to say it so bad? I do not understand it. There is no word on earth that gives me the pleasure that these people seem to get out of saying the N-word. I don't know. Like,
I'm worried nothing will ever give me the pleasure that saying the N-word gives them. Like, holy shit.
If someone came to me tomorrow and said, Matt, you're no longer allowed to say the word is,
yeah.
I have an easier time with that than they're having with not saying the N-word. But the other thing is, like, if you believe that, then fucking stick to your druthers. Like, say it then.
Oh yeah, no one's stopping you.
Just fucking say it then, and accept the consequences.
Yeah,
like,
you're worried about the you understand the consequences at the end of that, and at the end of the day, it's just the same thing with them, like not saying all these naughty words. It's because like they know that they're beholden to the ads. Like that's what matters, right? And to be able to keep doing this.
It's like. This is the thing that, like, it just, like, the self-censorship, it's like they are showing you that they don't believe what they're saying. They are showing you that they're too chicken shit to stand up for what they believe.
Yes.
Like, every day. You know, I don't really self-censor in my videos. I will swear. I try not to swear in the first minute. That's because I don't have like strong feelings about whether or not we should be allowed to swear in the first minute of a YouTube video. That doesn't matter to me. But if I based my entire outlook on like that being a key issue, then I would do it myself. You know, like it's.
I tried
so
once for like a long form Serfs documentary. I tried like bleeping out swears for a little while, and then like I just completely gave up. I was like, I can't tell this story if every 5 minutes I have to be worried. Well, is this the word that's gonna like get the algorithm mad at me? Is this the word that's gonna do it here? Is this the one, right?
I occasionally bleep just because I enjoy the comedic punch of a bleep.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
but I swear in my videos all the time. So.
I also like adding bleeps when it makes people, it makes it sound like they're saying something way worse than they are, you know? Those are really funny too.
I've never done that, but now I want to.
It's very effective. Yeah. Like me saying something so benign, and if you just had like, hey, how are you doing? I can't wait to put my D in the D. You know? And all of a sudden, like, holy shit, what is he saying? He's Office Rocker.
Yes.
60 minutes.
60 minutes.
Yep.
CBS, is that CBS?
That's CBS.
Are you going to get the microchip?
I am not going to get the microchip.
I want to know, is it proprietary
But Ian,
software?
I will get the neodymium magnets in my fingertips.
Oh, I am sold.
You know about that?
No.
Do you know about this biohacking thing?
No.
If they cut open your fingertip,
Yeah.
and they put like it's like a coated neodymium magnet, a small one, and then they sew your fingers up, and when it heals, the magnet vibrates against electromagnetic fields, so it gives you electrosense.
What?
So you can actually put your hand on a wall and feel where the power cables are. Because apparently it
would that be the only use of this? Is that the only practical application of this like superpower? It's like, now you get to rip the cop out of the walls, boys. We feels it.
Well, I think it's also to like drive a nail into a wall and not worry about getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
But if your house is from 200 years ago, then that might be an issue for you. Like, he's not going to do that.
No.
Gimme.
like it's a new sense. You're like, whoa, I've never felt something like this.
Oh, yeah.
Because what happens is the magnet is pulling and pushing.
I've never felt some sort of vibration before.
What is this pleasurable sensation?
It's a brand new sense.
So you can like feel like the EMF waves. They're like, waves coming off of electric objects and devices.
I used to put magnets on my...
Lydia looks horrified.
I am
It's cool.
horrified
It's
by
cool.
this.
The problem is your body rejects foreign objects.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, what happens is eventually your fingers just spit them out.
Yeah.
They just get pushed further and further out.
It's not true, Tim. If a surgeon puts it in, it's gonna stay in. Like, how do you think people have pacemakers, Tim? Your bodies don't just, as a rule, reject all foreign objects. There are people who get shot and the bullet just stays in them. Like,
I mean, I guess he's heard a lot of the stories about how a doctor maybe dropped a pair of scissors into a person or something.
Some techniques they tried doing, they coat it in a material so that your body ignores it. Some of the early pioneers of this have had the magnets break in their fingers, and you got to get them removed. And there's like infection risks, and your fingertips are particularly sensitive, so getting them sliced open for the surgery.
Sure.
Hey, man. But man, I've always thought that was really cool. Now microchips.
I will get Neuralink.
Will you get?
oh my God.
Of course.
Like, why would you trust that? Like,
Yeah, I know. Like, all these doctors trying to put foreign entities in my body, but Elon Musk, I trust. Something about that guy.
I'm not going to do it if it helps me filter diseases out of my blood with a dialysis machine.
Yeah.
But if it lets me play video games a little bit better, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fuck yeah.
absolutely.
You kidding me?
I mean, can I connect to my Tesla from up to a kilometer? Yes.
You're telling me I can get a discount if I just get in-eye advertisements? Fuck yeah.
24 hours a day in my dreams.
Yeah. Blink twice to skip ad. Sure. Fuck yeah.
Did you see the monkey playing Pong?
No.
Dude, you
what?
I
gotta
wanna see
look it
this.
up.
Yes.
Amazing.
So
And it's at the
cool.
end of the
Can
video.
can we go from being very scared about the government planting microchips
Being like,
talking
oh,
about
cool.
monkeys playing Pong?
He's
It's fun.
good at it. He's doing it with his mind.
Is it a chimp or is it a monkey?
It's a macaw.
Yeah.
I don't trust the government,
Monkey.
but Daddy Elon, I tell
I
you
know.
what, there's totally.
I said that as a
different
meme.
going on with
I was memeing when I said that. Holy shit. That was what the fuck? Unironically, just like fuck, Abraham, you're too easy.
Because they think he's Iron Man.
Yeah, no, I know.
They think he's
Daddy
Iron Man.
Musk.
He's going to give him. Yeah, he's going to give him Spider-Man suits.
Oh my god.
It's sourcing the code, and you know what it's tracking and what it's not tracking.
He can open source the code, but I'm still relying on someone else to tell me because I can't code.
Yeah.
So like
What?
you could be like, oh, you know, look, you can look at the code. It's like people say, oh, you can look at the Bitcoin ledger and see. I'm like, no, you can look at the Bitcoin ledger and see.
I can't.
I can't. That's all German
word
or
nerd.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can learn things. It's impossible to do.
You can do that, nerd. All right. What do I look like? I talk nerd. Goddamn nerds.
I've unfortunately got a disease that prevents me from reading code. Otherwise, I totally would.
Like, I
If
don't.
only.
Our president speaks English, doesn't speak foreign languages. He relies on an interpreter. The interpreter may as well be the president.
Hold on.
Our
You
president
said
does not speak English.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Come on, man.
Used to
Turn it down a shot of pressure.
He speaks
speaks
elderly.
English.
Yes, he does.
I pulled it up. Yes, CNN Business. Elon Musk's company says this monkey is playing Pong with his mind.
So
This
cool.
video is lit.
Yeah, but it's not. That's
Lit.
not. Yeah. How do you do, fellow youths? This isn't real, right? We can all agree the monkey's not playing Pong with his mind.
Oh, apparently
That's not real.
no. Apparently it is. This is one
No,
of those.
I mean they say that it is. Yes, it's not, right? Like they couldn't make the windows on the Cybertruck bulletproof. They're not making a monkey mind reading Pong machine. I don't believe that.
It's saying. Well, I'm looking at the article. It's like, imagine what humans could do with this technology. They might be
By
able
the
one
way-
day to play Pong.
There's already like a commercially available product that lets you do that without implanting something into your brain. There's
Yeah.
already like a little hat you can buy that lets you like, it's like an on-off thing.
As
It can only detect that you're doing something, but it doesn't like, it can't read your mind, but it can like, it can tell when you're concentrating. So you can hook that into a video game and like concentrate to make things move.
There's
Which is
also-
about like,
There's people who use that same system you're talking about to drive around. If you happen to have like a disability, they can steer motorized chairs with their mind, and they've also used it to map out like dreams, like really rough sketches of dreams, which kind of scared me. They're like, here's a screenshot of something we think is like a parrot or something. But again, to your point, you don't have to like jack into the matrix to like the Elon Musk neural network to get these fascinating marvels of science, you know? Like it doesn't have to be like it's the only way. I trust
We're not
it,
at the point yet where we need to mess with our wetware.
Yeah.
On that one.
Oh, people in your chat are saying it's just
so I will mention
just
you know what an EEG is?
watching.
Electroencephalogram.
Electroencephalogram, yeah.
So you can actually buy them. They've been around for a long time. But there's consumer grade ones. I talked about this before.
Well.
We bought one where it's a band that goes over your head, and then there's like a bar that goes onto your forehead.
We're like one step
and it
ahead
can
of
detect-
everything they're saying right now.
Yeah, this is a flaw in the format, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Two different waves, I guess. And so there's a reader, an EEG reader on the computer, and there was a red and blue line, and they're like bouncing randomly, and it's like focus and concentration or whatever. I don't know what it means. And me and my friend, we put the EEG on, and we're like trying to focus.
I
and the
believe
lines are just random.
that
No
Tim
matter
Tech
what,
does not
horny
know
and
what
hungry.
focus or
no matter,
concentration
yeah, no matter what we do, we couldn't get the lines to move. But then we gave it to his sister, and she put it on. And she could move it.
The machine couldn't read his brain. The machine, they hooked up the brain reading machine and it got no signal.
I mean, he could have taken off the beanie. Probably wasn't doing him any favors. I love how he just admits that, though. It's really weird. My first time using one of these neural network machines, it had no reading. Like we couldn't get anything to work.
Yeah, it's just
we baffled the scientists. They were like, "I've never seen this before."
For it, yeah.
There's absolutely nothing going on here, sir.
Like she figured out real quick, and like the line would like make the line go up, and then she would look at it, and the line would go up. And we're
Very
like,
hungry.
Super hungry.
That's right.
Starving.
So we were wondering if these two outputs could be used to control a drone, so that you have two controls. One is to make it go up and down, and the other is to make it rotate.
Ooh.
So you couldn't fly it around because you'd need more sensors.
Sure.
But with just that, instead of a red line on a screen, the drone could be going up and down. So I bring that up because that wasn't invasive. It's a headband you'd put on. You can buy all these things right now. Does the monkey really need to get his brain chipped to be able to play Pong? The answer is no, he doesn't.
He does, so that way eventually
We're just
you
one
can
step ahead,
wear-
Matt, on every one of these points. You're right.
Yeah, I would argue you don't even need to have the headband for the monkey to play Pong because we don't need monkeys to play Pong anyway.
True.
We don't. That's not necessary.
True.
And also, fucking bonobos, they play video games anyway. They play. There was a bonobo that knew how to play Pac-Man.
Really? Pac-Man's hard.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone back to an
Yeah.
arcade and done classic like Miss Pac-Man and seen how many quarters you end up dropping in there?
Well, I mean, yeah, I have, but like, I'm not saying that the bonobo was good at it. Probably not going to beat my high score. Just saying, but he like understood what to do.
Yeah, fair enough. That's cool. That's very cool.
It's not gonna beat me in Pac-Man 99. Is all I'm saying.
and type on your phone
Now-
without your fingers.
Aren't you worried about being turned into the Borg?
No,
No?
no.
Why do you want the Neuralink?
No.
Because I want to. Because I think that Elon Musk is right about the interface. That to me, that's really the interesting thing. The interface that we have today with the internet is limited to most people as their thumbs. You know, we like you said, you used to have a full keyboard for walking around all the time. Then it's gone down to your thumbs. If you can manage to just interface with the phone or whatever in your pocket without having the slowness of your thumbs, and you could just access the existing internet.
I have to bring this up. I don't know if you saw his new revelation, the loop, like where he actually let people test it out. But what Elon Musk,
the loop with the fancy tunnel where you can drive one car.
yeah, at 35 miles per hour in the very expensive tunnel that only Teslas are allowed to ride in underneath the city, like. What Elon Musk did there was he invented the train, but slower and only for rich people. So the guy who did that, I wouldn't be like, now I want him to implant a microchip in my mind to access the internet better. Like that's, I don't know if I'd be ready to make that leap.
It feels to me like it not working is the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Because if it like, okay, so we get rid of other input devices. You don't need a keyboard and mouse anymore. You can connect to your devices from your brain, right? Let's just say there's like a little dangling wire coming out of the back of your head, and you just plug it into your device.
Sure.
And you can interact with it that way. What happens if your device gets hacked?
Yeah.
They hack your brain?
Yeah. Yeah. On top of which, like, you're completely right. I don't want ads playing in my mind, 24/7. Like, I can't see a version of this that doesn't involve some kind of hyper capitalism at some end. Like, there's not just going to be like, maybe, I don't know, maybe if you have enough Elon tokens, you're allowed to shut it off for a day and then get some reprieve. But I'm guessing there's also probably going to be, like, does Grimes music play 24/7 in your head? I don't know.
What if we get to the level where they're like releasing dopamine? Like when you walk by a Tesla store, it zaps you in the right way, and it releases dopamine. So you end up,
you just have an orgasm the second you pass the Tesla store.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What if it makes,
that guy's got Neuralink. You can tell.
Or what if it prevents you from orgasming unless you buy a Tesla, and it's buried in the fine print?
Oh God! Just give me 10 minutes, honey. I gotta go buy a fucking upgrade for the Tesla.
It's just like nothing good can come from giving
that much control to
not
Elon
even
Musk.
just capitalists, other people access and control over your brain.
Yeah, over your mind. But this guy, like Abraham Lincoln, is so ready. He's like, hey, I might not take the first version. Okay, we'll get some of the mistakes ironed out, but then I'm ready. Plug me in, daddy.
See, this video, I knew this would be one of the ones that starts off normal and then veers off the rails halfway
it's the
through.
only way.
Because they were very reasonable about the microchip. And I'm like, oh, we're not going to have anything to make fun of here. But then they're like, oh, yeah, but make that private. I would totally, squirt it into my brain. What the fuck do I care? I want to play Pong like a monkey can.
I want to play Monkey Pong. Won't you let me?
I find extremely intriguing, and I think would be a very useful thing to have in your day-to-day life. I'm not looking to be like, oh, I want the internet in my brain or whatever. Having that interface from that removes my hands. The necessity of having my hands do the typing.
So
it's worth it.
Get a major surgery on your brain so that you don't have to type.
Yeah, the burden.
This is too much.
Every day is what I tell me. If only there was a better way. Can't I plug into Elon's Monkey Pong system and stop typing? Oh man.
Just really think about if my internal monologue got recorded and typed out, instead of I was typing on my computer, if instead it just took it from my internal monologue, it would be a fucking mess. I would end up typing out the most horrible shit.
I have nothing wrong with people getting really excited for scientific endeavors, especially for transhumanism and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. It's a fascinating part of science. It is absolutely cutting edge, awesome shit that I would love to read about. I just don't want it to be from Elon Musk, of all people. No. If there's one human being who has demonstrated time and time again that he is a living meme, it's Elon Musk. Don't let him in your brain. Don't let him in your mind. Kids, please.
To access the internet is interesting.
Don't you want to download Kung Fu, like in The Matrix?
I love the idea. I do. But I also think that there is a certain amount of well, I mean, I suppose they could, eventually, if that is possible, you could download the muscle memory and stuff like that.
Right, you need muscle memory, and you need the muscle proteins to actually build up to be able to do half the things.
Why are you talking like you know anything about this? This is made up. It's not real. You don't know. You don't know what it would take. It's not real.
No, you don't understand, Matt.
That's we're not going to have a teleporter until we get dilithium, and we're not going to get dilithium. It's not real. You don't know. Stop talking with authority about it. This reminds me, Lance. I had an idea for a science fiction story.
Oh, yeah?
If you've ever heard something like that. So, in a future where people can do that, they can download knowledge directly into their brain. Mm-hmm. Someone's knowledge in their brain gets flagged as belonging to someone else that has a copyright on it. Mm-hmm. That they didn't pay for. Mm-hmm. So they get arrested and have their memories forcefully taken away from them because they didn't pay to have this knowledge that they just came to on their own. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's the premise.
That's cool.
I think it's a good idea.
I think that is a good idea too.
I can tell you love it. Let's move on. This is awkward now.
Sure.
So it's not, you know,
I'm
it's
just
funny when people are like,
reading
in the
people being
Matrix,
like,
he plugs thing in his brain, he downloads
the same thing
Code
that's
Blue
happening
and
right now
finds-
happened when you, I forget when you tweeted something about a plot for a movie, because now everyone is like, isn't that Total Recall? He's talking about Total Recall, and then I was like, I'm so distracted by this. I was like, he's not describing Total Recall. That's not That's not the plot to Total Recall. Like, just
it's a similar sci-fi conceit to Total Recall with the implanting memories, and this
Yeah, but
one it's a comment on DRM and
yeah, I was gonna
copyright.
say, but this one actually has like some deeper social commentary to it, right? Like, we're talking about copyright and the idea, if you thought something that someone else had previously had, like, to me, why that idea would be neat is because it kind of plays into the conquest of bread, because you know how, like, Kropotkin talks about how, like, we inherit knowledge, like the sum total of human knowledge is supposed to be a collective thing, and it is. If you think about it as anything else, it's not. But, like, you're not actually always coming up with, like, all these ideas. Like, you're building on the shoulders of others. There's a foundation laid before you kind of idea.
Yeah, to me, it's also like, it's not that different from what we do now, but when you extend it into the abstract in that way, it seems horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it is with music already, right? Like, someone can just own a song, and if you sing it, you can get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So what happens if you just came up with the same song? You wouldn't be able to perform it, right? Like, someone else already owns it.
Yeah, I mean, that's in essence where, like, that's going to be the logical conclusion of everything can be copywritten to such a degree, and copyrights never expire thanks to Disney, which kind of seems like ... Yeah, that would be the dystopian future.
Anyway, that's my idea. Goodbye.
And now you said it publicly in front of
It's
thousands
like, well,
of people.
hold on. I can watch.
If anyone takes it, I'll sue them.
Yeah,
if you
no one-
think about it, I'll sue you.
I'll sue every single one of you. That's my copyright. Say it. Say copyright. Hurry. It doesn't count if you don't.
Patent pending. Patent pending.
No one can steal it.
I'm gonna mail it to myself. I'll be right back.
Someone do something, and they can explain it to me, and then my
Hopefully it
brain's
arrives
like,
before this
got it.
goes live.
And then I'll fall over because I'm not flexible enough and I'm not strong enough.
I just started taking jujitsu about a month ago, and there is a significant learning curve to. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, for me, if I've, like, right now I'm basically at a point where if I can pass guard on someone that I'm rolling with, and I'm like, okay, I feel like I've won. I don't know what to do. So not knowing, but having the information there would be cool, and knowing, okay, this is what I'm looking to do, but the actual executing still would take some kind of, some amount of physical work, I think.
Bro, what if you're
So the future they're imagining is one where they can essentially beam an instruction book into your memory, but not like the knowledge of how to actually implement it.
Yes.
Okay. And that's worth a major brain surgery. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they can't even do that. It can't even do that anyway. Like,
you're actually like a 5'3" morbidly obese dude plugged into a Neuralink right now because you've always your whole life wanted to be a famous heavy metal singer, and you're in the game right now.
Well, then hopefully, he never wakes up.
Hey, at least you can say you can enjoy yourself playing a video game. Not because people talk about you get the Neuralink, you plug in, and you're like in Skyrim, you're in World of Warcraft or Call of Duty or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think with VR headsets and stuff like that, that's not super far away. Sensations like smell that you get when if you're in a place, the way.
oh, there are so few video games I want to smell. I play a lot of Binding of Isaac. I do not want to smell that game.
Oh, that would be wretched. That would be a wretched game to smell. That's true.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe Fruit Ninja. Only one I can think of.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Fruit Ninja would be pretty sweet to smell.
Would be nice to be in a room full of a whole bunch of freshly sliced fruits. Although I've always wondered where the fruits go. So is there just a pile of like rotten compost at your feet? Just mountains of it? Because that would actually smell horrifying. As it rained fresh fruit from the sky.
What if you could turn on you flip on your Neuralink instead of playing a video game? Because that is like, you can basically do that now.
Yeah.
But what if you could just like sit down and eat like the best food in the world, but you're not actually eating it, so you get no calories?
That's an actual scene in The Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I won't lie. I would do that. I would
that would kick ass.
I would play Gluttony. I would definitely play the shit out of Gluttony. And you could probably even have like competitive gluttony against other people. Yeah. Yeah, that would be great. But then if we got to the point where in the real world, all you eat is that like really gross looking goo because it just has like everything the body needs, but it's disgusting. But you have to have the warm oatmeal kind of bacteria, and then you can go play gluttony afterwards.
Yeah, it's you just get your daily ration of Soylent, and then you jack into gluttony and just gorge yourself on Big Macs 24/7.
Fun fact, I don't know if he's memeing, but I found out the other day that Destiny drinks Soylent for breakfast.
That makes a lot of sense.
It reminded me of the fact that it got banned in Canada.
He seemed like a guy who was getting a bit. He seemed like a guy who was getting a bit too much cadmium. That was, to be honest.
Oh, my editor used to drink Soylent. My review of a Soylent was it tastes like warm pancake batter. And I was like, I remember when one of my friends was really getting into Soylent, I was like, I can't imagine anything worse than replacing one of life's great pleasures, which is food, and the consumption of it with something this horrifying on a regular basis, even for like efficiency's sake.
It's for people that want to convert more calories into JavaScript. Like that's what it is. Like
yeah, that's a really good description.
But Neuralink possibly accessing those parts of your brain, and then you go ahead and you put on a VR helmet that for the sound and sight. I mean,
I heard that they're
so
actually
the Neuralink gives you the smell.
Yeah, it's a smell wire that you insert into your brain so that you can
smell the game.
When you're in your Oculus Quest, you can smell the stables in Skyrim. Just really get a strong odor.
And only working title right now is Pong, so I mean,
what do you think Pong smells like?
I've always wondered. Life's great questions.
Causing electrical stimulation in your ear, in your inner ear.
I tell you, those things Tinder Tinder use would go way down if that stuff was real.
Like right now, we're in a simulation in the real world. Phil, you're actually like some 23-year-old, just like fat kid, and you're like, I always wanted to be a heavy metal singer. And you're in the game.
Quick, Matt, right now, what was the topic of this video from the side? I dare you, surprise me.
It's a COVID microchip vaccine. Bill Gates is going to get you
better than I thought you would do. Pentagon introduces microchips to be inserted under the skin. Hilarious CBS 60-minute story. But you didn't do bad.
It's interesting that they are taking for granted that we are so close to like all of these technologies. Like, oh yeah, probably what's going to happen is you'll use the VR headset for the visuals, and then the Neuralink will zap your brain to make you feel stink. That's probably what they'll do.
Feel stink.
For the stink, they'll zap your brain. That's how they get the stink going.
I can't wait for the future.
In my opinion, that's how it's going to work.
I can't wait for the future.
Like a tech billionaire who's really smart and clean cut, and he's like, I just wanted to be a spirited DMT crazy guy in a podcast so bad. It's like, it's just people
like, I'm
playing.
schooling these dudes.
and by the way, this is something I talk about a lot, but people think that if you do enough psychedelics, you become a peace and love type of hippie, like super tolerant, nice guy.
Oh no!
And here's what you become, ladies and germs, if you in the wrong hands. This is what psychedelics can do to you.
Have you watched Into the Storm yet? The QAnon documentary?
No.
It's super good. It's on HBO. It's 6 parts, and it totally goes into the history. Like for someone like you who's worked so long in like kind of debunking right-wing or fascist corners of the internet, you'd probably find it absolutely fascinating. But yes, one of the 8chan coders and main maintenance guys is also a psychonaut. Like he loves taking psychedelics all the time, like DMT, acid, what have you. And is also one of the people who runs 8chan. Like that's 8kun now. Yeah.
Dave Rubin has talked about his extensive use of MDMA. We did that on his previous stream. Mm-hmm. He loves MDMA, that Dave Rubin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so no, what I mean is I'm very hypothetical, obviously, sure. But if it's possible to create a virtual environment where you get to experience that game, how do you know you're not already in it?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard him talk
Whoa,
about
so
the
fucking
idea that
deep.
Deep, bro.
Holy
Elon
shit.
Musk talks about it.
Yeah, I mean,
What if he's trying to break out of the simulation?
well, then I want him to. I truly think that Elon Musk is a. I think that he's probably a pretty good dude who isn't like the people at Google.
You fucking rube.
Yeah.
You utter fucking rube. You were such a mark. They saw you coming a mile away. Fucking rube.
Yeah, I tweeted tax the rich, and then all the lefties were like, yeah, and then a bunch of conservatives were like, haha, very funny, Tim. And then I tweeted tax the rich, but give all the money to Elon Musk. And they're like, okay, now the left's not happy because they don't like him all
Yeah,
that
they
much.
don't.
Figure it out.
Get those. Fucking get them. Fucking get. Like, he tricked them. All of the lefties saw Tim Pool tweet that, and all of us were like, "That's so based. We love this tweet and whatever tweet you're going to follow it up with."
And then
We tweeted that, and we were so owned.
yeah,
I'm
we got
still
wrecked.
mad about it.
Oh yeah, no,
Fucking
big chungus.
wrecked, dude.
Yeah, no, it's too bad.
I can admit when I got, but oh man,
Yeah, that was a rough day for the
the
left.
rhetorical dance he does.
Like him because he has money and he's successful, and people on the left are,
Yeah, I was really annoyed when he
don't like
blasted
people having money.
the Tesla into space. And they're
Don't you
so
hate
dumb.
money?
And I'm like, well,
Every
you need
day,
payload. You need to
all I
wait.
think about is how much I hate money. I just want to burn money to the ground. Every bill, I just buys money.
I mean,
He's got us. He's got our number. Come on. He knows the left. If he knows the left, he knows the left. That's it. We have a deep-seated hatred of money, and that's always been our problem. That's what Marx wrote about. He just despises
I
money.
kind of do. I kind of do. I like having it in. Like I like. Please continue giving me money, everybody. I like to have it to spend on things I don't need. But you're right to a point. Like yes. It's not so much that we're mad at Elon Musk because he has money. It's the amount of money that is the issue.
And it's also, for me, it's the system that perpetuates and creates someone like Elon Musk that allows him to exist. That to me is way more important than ending money. You know, like money, we had currency before capitalism, for example. You know, I don't like living in a system where he can exploit hundreds of thousands of people for their labor and then become an Uber billionaire and want to live on Mars and do that kind of thing. You know, there's a problem there.
If I could push a button that made Elon Musk go broke, it didn't reduce the amount of billionaires in the world. Let's say if I press the button, he loses all of his money and it goes to someone else. I would press it immediately.
What if it went nowhere?
I'd still press it.
Yeah. It's pointless and petty, but yeah, I pushed that button. I just slammed on it so
going
hard.
nowhere. I should be clear. It going nowhere is like that's more incentive for me to press it. Right? To me, I was giving a qualifier that even if it didn't make the world better by having one fewer billionaire,
right.
I would still press it just to make Elon Musk sad. If I had to pay money to take money away from Elon Musk, I would do it.
For only $20, you can reduce his fortune by $40. Yeah. It's a 2-to-1 ratio.
Oh, yeah. Slam.
Everyone collectivize. This is what the left wants.
I would get a repetitive stress injury from pushing that button too much. Like that's where I would.
Hey, it's a great way to wake up.
Something really cool and inspirational for young people. That's legit. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it. I don't like the idea that you got all these billionaires dumping money into politics. So take it off.
Made man. Came from humble beginnings.
Very humble beginnings.
Son of an emerald miner.
Yep. Picked himself up by his bootstraps. He did. No advantages whatsoever.
Say what you will, but like I'm not sure I could have done as well with that much money from my daddy's slaves.
True. True.
Yeah.
Your blood emerald fortune. That's true. There's no way of knowing.
And when you put it that way, Tim, it is pretty cool that he took government funds and used them to fucking put a car in space. That's an appropriate use of our tax money, not COVID relief.
No,
nothing like that. That shit's stupid. No, put cars in space so that kids grow up inspired to do similarly useless things.
Mm-hmm. Not like he has a track record of of kind of having useless solutions to really, really tangible problems. Like when children are stuck in a cave and they need to get through really strange, tight corners in order to live. And your proposed solution was developing a long cylindrical tube that wouldn't have been able to accomplish that. And then when the heroes who actually did save the kids called you out on that, you called them a pedophile for calling them out on that as well. So
yeah, because he insulted his swimming coffin.
Yeah, of course.
I think
my child coffin.
Yeah, my dirigible child coffin.
I didn't think
I
this.
had something else to say.
Well, I was going to say, I didn't think when we started Pentagon Introduces Microchips that this was going to be the Elon Musk power hour, but it really has devolved into that. Sorry, Tim, we're ignoring you. We're not doing due diligence to your show.
When people like someone like Bernie Sanders criticizes Elon Musk, it really, really rubs me the wrong way because Bernie Sanders has done nothing.
Yeah, he's accomplished nothing.
What a mooch! Money his entire life.
What
nothing of value.
What?
Again,
Elon Musk built an empire like off other people's labor. How do you think you become a billionaire? Like, there's only one way to be a billionaire.
Well, not only that, like his money, like you want to make an argument that the guys who run Walmart, they don't, the people who work for him, they agreed to do it. That's a dog shit argument, but fine, whatever.
Sure.
With Elon Musk, his fortune comes from his father's
inheritance,
emerald mine.
Yeah, I know. He's not the definition of the self-made man. I know. Yeah, no, absolutely. And then he uses his startup seed money from his parents again to start a company that lets you process credit card payments. It takes off. It's not oh shit, wow, revolutionary. What a genius. Every one of these thinkers.
And then he starts an electric car company and a spaceship company, both of which get the majority of their funding from the public sector. So,
yes. And don't allow their workers to unionize because fuck them at the end of the day. Fuck all those greedy people looking for a handout like Bernie Sanders. Every single one of them. It really rubs me the wrong way. Why aren't they happy to be a part of his empire? Why aren't they all plugged into the network? I don't understand.
Plug in, Bernie.
Yeah.
Smell Skyrim, idiot.
Smell Skyrim.
Yeah, you're right. And then he made $1 million off of his book.
Yeah.
And
what a scumbag.
So which is the thing you're mad about?
I know.
That he made money from payment, or
then he wrote a book and sold it. Fucking asshole! How dare he? How dare he pick himself up from his bootstraps and also be a leech? How dare he?
Then he stopped talking about the millionaires and the billionaires and just
no, just the billionaires.
Yeah, now he talks just.
He brought him back though. He brought it back.
Did he really?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You were right. He stopped talking about the millionaires.
Yeah, it's just the billionaires that he's got a problem.
But then he brought millionaires back recently.
Because if you write a book, then you could maybe make $1 million.
Didn't he donate a significant portion of the proceeds from that book?
Yes, he did. And I was also going to say, there's so many things that you can levy perhaps criticisms on Bernie Sanders. This is not one of them. The man has been very clear and consistent in his messaging for his entire career. That is so rare to have someone who's always been this. It's the 1%. It's the 1%. That's always been on point. I don't know, but he sold a book. Obviously, he owns 2 homes. What socialist sells a book or owns homes or any of these things?
And he wore that big coat?
Yeah,
it's come on, man.
Yep, yeah. What's
that's sexist for some reason?
Yeah, obviously, of course. He's anti-Semitic too. I don't know if you heard that.
He's anti-Semitic. Yes.
Yeah, deeply.
I heard that from Ben Shapiro.
Yes. Yeah, deeply.
Don't insult me. Yeah. I made $1 million selling my book.
At a 37.
Well, okay. Let's just real quick get another little glance at that one, please.
Tax rate.
I just thought that Tim Pool's impression sounded a lot like Yogi Bear, and I thought that was interesting. Hey, Boo Boo, it's me, Bernie Sanders.
I no longer say millionaires because I am one of them. That was the scam all along.
Millionaires and billionaires. They're gonna take your picnic basket.
One after the other.
Where writers can charge a fee and write articles. It's really simple. But now you get these high-profile individuals leaving their main outlets and just doing Substacks.
They're leaving because the main outlets are garbage.
and they're being restricted, and they'll make money.
Yeah, man.
It's like YouTube.
And
Like I worked for Vice. I
fuck
worked
these
for Fusion,
outlets.
and people are. I loved this. I love this. There was some like New York journalist, and they tweeted at me. They tagged me in this. They were like, "Remember Timcast? Man, whatever happened to him?" And then someone's like,
Whatever happened.
This was like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, and they were like, to go from like this high profile 6-figure like corporate media job to now what? And someone goes like, "Oh man, his Patreon's only bringing $1,000 a month." They're like, "Wow, that's sad." And I'm like, these people know nothing.
Actually, I'm doing great. Like this guy, this fucking, he's out there saying I'm not doing well, that my life's getting worse. What do you know? What do you know? I'm doing great. My mansion is a skate park. Okay, I'm fine. I'm doing good. Sure, yeah. Sometimes you got to kidnap a couple cats for financial reasons. That's part of being an adult.
It's business.
I'm doing great.
Come on.
I don't know where this fake news is coming from.
Nothing about what's going on. They live in this bubble where working for the machine is like the ideal. Yeah. And I left and started a YouTube channel, and I was on Joe Rogan and like doing really well.
Yeah, you are counterculture. Definitely not upholding the status quo. Fuck, good way to rage, brother.
Yeah. People out there, all they know how to do is serve the machine. Not me though, man. I got on YouTube, and YouTube started giving me money.
I mean, it's wild. It's almost as if like I've become very successful and well paid for something I do. I don't have to worry about the financial burden of living in society. It's wonderful. I destroyed the machine, right?
Was expanding and exploding, and now it's better than ever. And these people just live in that bubble.
Yeah.
So now these news outlets are freaking out because Substack has just taken everything away from them. But I'm glad. They're in free fall. Their ratings are collapsing.
I'm good.
What, is he just becoming Donald Trump? Did Donald Trump infect him with some sort of like mimetic virus that is like transforming him?
Substack, huge numbers, huge.
Someone criticizes him like the ratings are falling apart.
Yeah, huge Substack. Don't care, doing fine. 2 cats.
A lot of people like to say that these media companies get woke and then go broke. They think got woke and then went broke. They think these media companies decided one day we're going to be woke. Oh no, our money's gone. Some of them went the other way.
That's why Vice is out of business now.
Yeah, man.
That's why
what a
Vice
fucking
went out of
horrible
business.
business model that was from the get-go, by the way, back when they were just a magazine. Yeah, completely fell apart.
Yeah, and it's like get woke. Like for example, like cut ties to the neo-Nazi that founded you, and then you're just going to lose all your money. People are there for the neo-Nazi stuff.
Yeah, it's so true, so true. Once Gavin McInnes lost, the whole thing got derailed. They went way too woke. It was a disaster. By the by, that expression that conservatives love drolling out, "Go woke, go broke," like their popularization of it, especially around the Star Wars franchise, boggles my mind. Like just all the reactionaries constantly being like, and then The Force Awakens came out, and what? There's like a prominent black character and woman character. Go woke, go broke, bro. And it's like, well, by what metric are you measuring this? I hope it's not financial, because that's one of the highest grossing films in history. What are you talking about? Like
they're losing all of their money, but also every company keeps doing it because all they care about is money.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's not about being woke. It's they're doing it just to make money, but also it loses the money.
Yeah. No, it's a reflection of society, not the other way around. It's like, okay, how can we make money based on the current conventions and the times? Where's the Overton window at? That's where it's at. All right, we'll reflect that in our products. That's what all of them are. It's not like all these companies are having boardroom meetings where like, we care about black issues now, right? Yes, let's go woke. It's happening. All of us, we're doing it. The revolution begins at Nike.
It's always something that's like not even woke at this point. Like what did Star Wars do that was woke, really? Like,
they had.
But there was a black character. They did that in the 70s, and people didn't complain about it. Like, it isn't exactly breaking new ground. You know? They announced tomorrow that fucking John Boyega's character had a vagina, then that would be something that we could say, oh, that's something that we wouldn't expect them to do.
Yes, that is ahead of the curve. But what was the big one in the second new Star Wars movie? It was like, there was a lesbian kiss scene in the very last sequence. Oh, they went full woke there. It's like,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, cool. The progressiveness of the 90s here at last.
The fucking daytime TV, Xena doing that. Like, like 30 years ago. Like,
Yeah, but they did go broke. I forgot about that. Xena fell
they
apart.
go broke.
Yeah.
Some of them were going broke and decided to get woke in desperation. They were like, our ratings are dropping. What do we do? Pander. What can we pander to? I don't know. Progressives. At least we'll maintain that.
Tumblr.
Audience. What was that?
Tumblr.
Yeah. Thanks for
Tumblr.
checking out this.
It just ends with that. Tumblr, appeal to Tumblr, the dead and decayed fucking platform no one uses ever since they banned pornography. Everyone's on Tumblr now, bro.
It's amazing how they have 5 topics that they,
I know.
like,
I know. They could have gone on such
yeah.
a tangent there, and they probably did.
Let me tell you what's wrong with Star Wars now.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought we were talking about Neuralink. Like,
Oh, I like smiling Skyrim. Or sorry, smelling Skyrim.
Hey, do you like movies? Do you like surfs? Do you want movies and surfs watching the movies? So then come over to the new channels. It's the Surfs Cinema. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Can you do the thing, that thumbs up and comment and all those things that help us out in the algorithm that controls every aspect of our lives? Also, if you happen to have a Facebook account, can you delete it? Like, just delete it. You should probably delete your Facebook account because it's not a great company. But hey, if you can't do that for whatever reason, I understand. And could you also go to facebook.com/thesurftimes then and give us a little like and a follow. We're just trying to push back against the fact that people like Ben Shapiro happen to dominate the platform entirely. And when everyone asks why do older generations believe the things they believe, one of the problems is the majority of them on social media use Facebook. So to counter that, we're just going to be on there too now. Also, if you happen to have a union or a worker co-op or even a leftist project, podcast, website, Zoom, MySpace, it doesn't matter. We will advertise it for free on this channel. All you got to do is go to wearesurfs.com and use the forms that we got there, wearesurfs.com. Thanks, everybody.
To our gods, I'm Raft and Xander Corvus. We shall build golden idols in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker. Our soft, spongy flesh is yours to command. To our lords, Evan Nudie, Trevor R., Alexander Thaler, Ryan Lubin, Bisexual Black Gamer, Tofox, and Jeffrey Lamb, we proudly carry your sigils onto the battlefield. And to our Knights of the Round Table, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Timothy Hart, Trevor Janis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophagic, Saren 42, Chronic to Hemphog, Callie Kotka, The Great Pudini, Von Janney, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramon Acosta, Encosin, J. Fraser Cartwright, Jimmy Bignuts, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Nicholas Marks, Jopi, Josh Mickelson, Melissa Murphy, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, and Constance Joyce Lacheris. We tip our cap and lift our mug and salute you.